Today I'm going back to the scary world of online head-to-head, and I've seen some crazy Wildcat glitch runs on TikTok that I'm terrified of. I sit solely in Road to Glory and Dynasty, playing against the computer. But when I play against real people, well, my record in the college football showcases speaks for itself. I'm 0-4, but before I go for revenge, I gotta get better at this game. I'll be playing a full season of online head-to-head in this video, shooting for a national championship, lifting up that trophy. And to spice things up, before every game, I'll be doing 3 randoms to decide which team I'm gonna choose. So I have to select between Buffalo, Louisiana, and Purdue. Those teams are obviously not great, but if I go for one more random, I'm stuck with whoever it is. I might as well, though, have some fun with it. For our first matchup, we're stuck with Louisiana Monroe. I'll tell you this right now, whoever we're about to load in against, it's going to be Florida. We're going to be in a lot of trouble. I was sitting here texting as well, so I wasn't even paying attention to what this guy's record is. But just know, we're going to be stopping DJ Lagway with one of the teams that's been one of the worst in college football for absolutely forever. I can only imagine that this is going to go pretty poorly for us unless he makes some bad reads. I just got cooked with that double route. I've not played a single online game ever since this one dropped. I platinumed it. I was using LSU most of the time, so it doesn't even count because they're extremely good. But we're about to force an interception on the Gators, and hang on. Could we go for a pick 6 here? Pick up the blocks, pick up the blocks, pick 6. Louisiana Monroe is not gonna go down easy against the Gators. Nate Bands, I'm calling you out by username right now. You might stink at this game. I also have to say, I've been pretty impressed. Our quarterback contains have been working so far. Since he just wants to run around with DJ Lagway. He did it again. He did it again. We get another interception. Can it be a pick 6? It's not gonna be. He already quit out of the game, though. We gotta win that fast. I will say something I really like about online head-to-head this year is it actually tracks your history. So we're able to see what happened in game 1. We can see our score, and then if we back out, we have another 11 games in the regular season. We're obviously set to make the playoffs if we continue to win, but if we lose, we get bad teams like Texas State to use. That's gonna make it a challenge, and I think I'm gonna go for another random. It kind of worked out for us the last time, even if we got an awful team. And I don't think using Syracuse is the worst thing. We're going to be facing off against Iowa as well, so it's not like we got matched up against someone like a Georgia. I know that Syracuse fans are probably going to appreciate this since I don't think I've really used them in a video. This guy's 13-5 online. We've played about the same amount of games. I was able to get an online championship whenever this game came out and I was going for the platinum, but that was it. It was in the lowest tier possible for online head-to-head. It seems like he's going to be running a lot of RPOs and a lot of screens. See, here's the thing. Before I start challenging other YouTubers to games, I have to get good at this myself, and we're gonna have him on a 3rd and 10. I feel like as long as we're watching the tight end over the middle, we're gonna be okay. We get the interception, and now I want to go for returning it back, but they got some hands on us. No one has been able to move it past midfield, and I've been sitting in stock cover 2 and cover 3. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I think this is the first offensive play I'm running of this video, and we're going to hit him with the same RPO that he ran against us. See, if there is anything I've learned from the FIU dynasty, it is that having RPOs is an absolute game changer, though I'm not going to be able to audible yet, so we're just going to run another one. I was going to try and put Ross on a streak, thinking about the name John Ross, fast guy I used to use in Madden. I was hoping that Ross would also be quick. We stuck with the smart option, though. Whatever happened to John Ross anyway? I feel like he just didn't pan out that well in the NFL. Now, I do think we should be able to get into the end zone here, whether I throw it to the bubble or I throw it over on that side of the field. Bubble's open. We're going to dive. And we just went over that guy's head. This place is absolutely silent at the moment. The kids at the hospital aren't having a good time either. No one is. I actually think it'd be a pretty cool gesture if inside this game we could sit there and we could wave to them as well, even if we're the opposing team. I don't know if anyone's ever done that in real life before. I feel like someone probably would have. The routes are just box, dude. You have nowhere to go. I'm also going to leave a quarterback contain out there because I feel like a lot of guys roll out of the pocket. Why did my defense just flip like that? Well, seam was open. Oh, well, it's time for 3rd and 10. We're sitting in a cover 2, and he couldn't get it out. The poor guy got hit immediately. He's probably an Iowa fan. Maybe he's trying to play realistic to Iowa's offense. That's something that some people like to try and do every so often. Someone should probably let him know, though. He is playing a video game. You are allowed to score with the Hawkeyes if you want to. This run didn't do much. I have noticed, though, there's an awful lot of pressing going on around here. I don't know who Cook this second is, but I really wanted to give him a chance to make a play, and that could have been a pick. I know I recognize the name Steve Angeli as well. I'm not quite sure where from, but at some point I've used him in a video. He is going to miss this third down throw. But you know what? We are going to be respectful in an online game, play football the way it's meant to be played. We're going to punt it back to our opponent and get ourselves into a defensive battle. We just didn't pin him back well. To me, playing the game this way is a lot more fun. I don't want to sit here and just cheese his guys out. We're a couple boys on a Sunday just running it up, trying to have some fun while we wait on football. I seriously cannot wait for the season to start. That little delay route wasn't quite there. We're going to play the ball with Kerr. Hopefully first name is not Nick. We're going to be able to go all the way to the red zone. And look at these guys, man. They are expecting it. They've been in the crowd for these Iowa performances. It's the defense we have to worry about. They might be able to force a fumble for 6, but we're still going to run it with our quarterback, and I missed the hole. It could not have been more open there, but guess what? They got Wildcat in this playbook. I used to love Wildcat last year, and we're going to be able to spin into the open space, run into the end zone, and please beam this ball at that reporter. He's not going to. Whenever you can trigger that celebration, I will tell you right now, it is the best one in the game. I'm gonna also start seeing if I'm able to beam it at a mascot, just because they're normally behind the end zone. When he runs the football, that's when we're probably gonna have issues stopping him. I mean, this jet touch pass gets him to 3rd and inches, but I've not brought a blitz yet, and that was smart. This guy's starting to have things figured out for himself offensively. We couldn't get in pressure there, but I am pretty confident that just shading underneath is going to give him a lot of issues. That was close. He has done it. He has figured out how to get on our side of the field. His halfback gets him 7. Do we see ourselves losing this game, though? That's the real question, and I don't think so, because Perry is going to get the interception. Where's the mascots back there in the end zone? I'm trying to beam this ball at one of them. And there's the quit. I didn't even get to find him. We have an online connection survey. How would I rate my connection? I'd say it was very good. I had an absolute blast playing that game. It is now the 2nd time where we have a pending game result, but we're just going to go ahead and get into our next game. I want to see, what are we getting with randoms? FAU, I will never use them. I'm not going to use Hawaii. I'm not going to use Charlotte. What do we do? You know what? We're already using a random for a 3rd time, getting stuck with whoever it lands on. I'll respect North Texas. They had me out there last year, and they treated me well. It'll really just depend who we load into a game against, because if we're playing another smaller school, I think we stand a chance. If we get a big matchup here, that's where we're going to have some problems. It looks like, though, we're going to get the home crowd, which is nice. Never mind, we're playing the best team in the game. It's LSU. They are, like, unstoppable. The guy that's using them, though, is 12-10, so he isn't unstoppable. Maybe we stand a better chance than I'm thinking. Just remember, you know, as a Kentucky fan last year when I was loving using Barry Brown with his 99 speed platinum takeoff, that's who LSU has. He is their wide receiver 3 as well. I'm pretty sure their running back's got like 95 speed. I mean, he's going to have to be throwing blind reads for us to stand a chance. But what did he do? He threw a blind read. You know, anytime someone leaves a comment about how bad I am at this game, because I can't always win on Heisman, there are people like this that exist that are just as bad. We're using Poffenbarger as our quarterback, though. So, Mr. Poffenbarger, gonna complete his first pass, get us like 20 yards. After having me out last year, I'll always love North Texas. I mean, that place, it was really nice. I feel like there's a lot of potential there in Denton, Texas. It's not on this side of the field, but on the other side of the field, their athletic director's office literally overlooks the stadium, so he's sitting here watching us play. They also got like an eagle's nest up at the very top of the stadium, which is kind of cool. We're gonna take this one in, and that is how you start a game. You know, I was not expecting to get 3 rage quits this fast, but it's kind of led me to the ultimate decision that I'm having a lot of fun using smaller schools. We've gotten some really unlucky polls whenever we've been using randoms. I just used Minnesota for a rebuild, so I'm gonna select between Western and Tulane. See, here's the thing with Tulane. I know that they lost their quarterback to Duke, so that's gonna take them a step down, and I will always take a chance to represent Kentucky. We're going to use Western if I can't play with my Wildcats. By the way, I am 27 minutes into filming and we're already onto our 4th game. I could have never predicted that, but I have a feeling that Clemson versus Western could get rough. You know what will matter though? It's our opponent's stats. It seems like he's 12-6. He runs the ball a decent bit too. I've seen guys that literally run it like 10-15% of the time. He definitely throws it more, but we have to be open to the fact that he could always be running the football, and that playmaker was filthy. All right. Not a great start for us. I guess it's nice to know that he's always going to drop like 20 yards back in the pocket as well. How did he get 9 yards? See, this is the thing about us playing against a team like the Tigers. We're going to get cooked. Why did I try to blitz him? It took us a little bit, but we have found an opponent with a brain. If I were him, I'd be blitzing every play. I'd be sitting in man-to-man coverage. That's what he's done so far, which is why we haven't been able to run for much. It's got us on a 3rd and 7. I'm going to assume he's running cover 2 man under. but our drag is wide open. We just have to hit this throw, and we're also able to cut up field a little bit and break a tackle. I don't know why so many players end up wearing the number 56, though. I'm pretty sure that was a bug that was in last year's game. It's returned to this year's game. I'm so bad. I don't even know what buttons I have to throw to here, which is not great news for me. We're going to immediately hit our tight end, though. We'll take this. We'll take it. Clearly, I've not been hitting the holes very well so far, but I feel like we should have had a chance to get this. We definitely had the numbers there. I haven't even looked to the outside because he has stayed in that man-to-man coverage. We're going to test his user. The second he adjusts, though, and realizes he doesn't need safety help over top, they're going to be able to press us either way, is where we're in a lot of trouble. I do think we could burn him with this RPO, though, because he's been usering over the middle of the field. Right there. Toasted. Myers turns around for the football, and we've tied this game up. Let's see. Where's he think he's going with this return? We missed the feet. It takes 5 dudes to bring that kid down. I'm still going to sit in cover 3 like we've done against some of our other opponents. He might actually make a very bad read here. That could have been an interception. We have such low overall guys, though. He was just stumbling even trying to get to the football. Good cut up there. There's no way no one catches him. Come on. Come on. Someone turn on the burners. Somebody want it more. Big Red sitting there over on the sideline just doing thumbs down. I'd be crashing out. See, this is where he's getting disrespectful, though. He's going for the 2-point conversion, and I know he's not going to run it, which is very stupid on his part. He even tried to hit us with an onside kick, so I had to burn a timeout. We're going to finish this half with a touchdown, hopefully. Make it 14-13. Whoa, get out of our way. Come on. That could have been a bigger return than that. I don't think this Western team is as bad as you think. Could we get Bolden deep down the field, though? That's cover 3. We're going to go to our flat, turn around, break the tackle, stop running backwards, all for like a yard. It might be dumb to try and run the football here as well, but just look at the numbers. He's not prepared for this, assuming we got a little better blocking. I don't know what defense he's trying to come out in, but I know of the 2 guys we're going to have out there. Oh, he decided that he can blitz. That's not good. I'm afraid that for a split second, he had figured out the method. Now he's going back to some sort of cover 2. This should be a cover 3, and I expected his user to stick with the drag. I threw it straight at him. I threw it straight at him. There's my first read where you know it's me playing, because who else is going to throw it straight into double coverage? You know, the saddest part about this, too, is I think we had a chance. I'm not saying that this one's over, because it's not. We get the ball to start the second half. We could still end this first half with a touchdown. It's just going to be a lot harder for us to come out on top now that he's got the lead that he does. I might just sit in 5 wide, though, and see if I can tear apart his defense, because we're still able to do that pretty well. It'll really just depend. Is he going to give us man-to-man coverage or zone coverage? Because if it's man-to-man coverage, man, we're cooking. In fact, I have no idea who McIver is. I feel like Western doesn't typically have scrambling quarterbacks, but we're going to give him a chance to run. That was mainly just so we could run a little bit more time off the clock, though. I hope he's not thinking about it, because I want to make sure that once we get into the end zone here, he can't score. I mean, it's pretty obvious that we are just cooking him at the moment. That read wasn't one of my best. I do think, though, if we stay in hurry up and he doesn't switch his coverage here, we should have our zig open. That was bad. I think I'm going to have to lean on our running back angle route to get into the end zone. Smart decision by him to send a blitz. If he does it again, I have a quick read out there. But we are going to have that receiver, and that gets us a tutty. This is going to turn into one where I start to sweat. I can guarantee that. We're playing on the road with Western Kentucky at Clemson. I mean, we know how this is supposed to go. His playmaker there, not working. Could we get a pick 6 to end this first half? Hang on. I need the blocks to pick up. That was such a close call right there. I guarantee he tries to be disrespectful and hits us with an onside kick again, though. I'm not going to sit here and call my return until he does. It's time that we start to respect some Kentucky football. You see that user that he's got right now? We're going straight at it on this play. And it worked. It worked wonders. Oh, get lost in the sauce. This is what truly makes that interception I threw so bad, because we are just as good, if not better than this guy. I can't believe we're even able to run the football at the moment. I don't know if this one's going to do anything. It definitely should have, though. We're looking at his user again, so I know that he's going to give this up. You can't bring him down right there. Now we're going to spread him out. He has to think more about the tight end. It didn't work. We only have a few more plays to get into the end zone from this spot, and I'm going to throw it straight at that flat. That's the problem with predetermined reads. If I can get enough time in the pocket here, We're going to have a touchdown. That pump fake to throwing it to him was beautiful. I learned that one from Kurt Benkert. At least I think I did. I saw it somewhere on TikTok. Shout out to whoever taught me that one. Headed into this one, there was no hope. You all thought, there's no way we stand a chance against Clemson. And to be honest, our ankles just got cracked. Like, that's a hard play to recover from right there. But we're getting a little bit better on defense. See, if he tries that again, I'm going to try and intercept him. It's 3rd and 1. I might need to back up some of these guys, though. This blitz is a little bit too heavy. And he breaks the first tackle. I don't know what he thinks is going to happen. Oh, well, a touchdown's going to happen. I accidentally pressed out a cover 2 invert. If I could have just gotten our safeties farther back, it probably would have never happened, but we get the interception. Hang on, we're going for 2. All right, we got this guy exactly where we want him. We score a touchdown. We win this game. This play is absolute money, by the way. I just saw that one out of the RPO part. It's motion RPO read flat. You got to look for that one. That was really sick. There's some cool stuff in here with some of the new plays. Like, there's absolutely no shot that this was in the game last year. Stop and go. We're getting out of there. Oh, we're still getting more. Give us 15. The biggest problem, though, is now he's going to get aggressive like this. And we have to just throw that super fast. He finally figured out that he can stop that RPO with the tight end. He just can't be the guy manned up on him. And if this is man-to-man coverage, we're in some trouble. 3rd down. It is, and I threw it straight at him. I deserve it. He deserves that. We just got the biggest bail of all time, though. I'll take it. If this is a blitz, it's not. I mean, I have to go to the marker. It's not working. That genuinely stinks, but I don't know what else I could have done there. He can keep that. Fumble, fumble. This hurts. We just fell apart whenever we needed to have success the most, though he might be dumb enough to test us. The one time that we get in pressure, it ruins our chances. I'm going to sit here in man-to-man coverage as well, where he takes a deep shot on us, and we just didn't make a play on the football. We still have all of our timeouts. Coming back from this is going to be hard, though. He clearly thinks this one is over, that we don't stand a chance. He's getting very disrespectful. But that's okay. I want him to feel this way. I've made mistakes in this game that have cost us. I think we could have a lead. And to be honest, if this is a decent throw, we're going to be in the red zone. As long as he's sitting back there in man-to-man coverage, I mean, this is really dumb to be going with that defense with this much time left. But either way, with everyone backed off, we should be able to exploit that pretty simply. As you can see, they can't make a play on the ball. There's still about 90 seconds left in this game now. We're going to go underneath. I was looking for the corner route, but it was risky. There's no reason for me to even change up the play call because we should be able to get in here. It's keeping my quarterback stuck, though. I was trying to scramble, and it just wasn't letting me. I don't know if it's because that guy is as slow as he is or what, but we're going to beam it. He's open. I told you, this one's not over yet. Now, I don't think this two-point conversion play is going to work in our favor. He knew exactly what was coming. It's okay, though. We're going to take our chances with the onside kick that he missed, but the other guy scoops it up, unfortunately. Do I believe that we can stop the run with this much time left? Not really, but that's a good start. The hardest part for me is we have to go hard flats underneath, and then we also have to make sure... Wait. I gotta lock in. I don't even care what I'm saying. Anyway, after we press, we have to back players up a little bit. We're going to go with a full blitz on 3rd down. We're going to spread our line. This might not pan out well, but if he does anything to the outside, there's a flag. I ran that guy just a little bit offside. I guess it doesn't matter. GG's to him, man. This game's over unless he just throws up something very stupid, which is possible. I mean, he might try it anyway, though I'm going to assume that he's just going to throw this one away. We wanted him to take a chance here, and we get the interception. Thank you. You're going to notice I pulled out there. I did not want to get the sack because I figured he's going to be dumb enough to just throw that one up anyway. Don't underthrow that football. If he sticks in man-to-man coverage, we are bound to cook him on this play. I'm going to come back to this one. Grab it right in front of him. We only have 17 seconds left, though, so we might need to throw up a really aggressive catch. That two-point conversion would have been absolutely massive for us. Looking back on it, I don't really love the play call that we had. We have 2 shots to the end zone now. He got way too comfortable, and this is going to be caught. He's in the end zone. We did it. Top tier Trev. How you feeling now, buddy? Man, I actually really appreciate him for playing such a cool game against us. This has been an absolute blast. We even just caught it on his head. What a performance from these Hilltoppers, dude. This is why I do believe that Online Dynasty has the most potential, because as much as Offline Dynasty is the most important game in a college football game, and it's the most fun, being able to out-recruit and beat people on the field like this is just a way better feeling. He was putting together some good laterals there too. What a game though. I don't think you're going to get a better one than this in this video. Maybe Maverick McIver can play like this in real life as well. You take away my bad interception with him, he played solid. Once again, what do I think about the connection? I'm always going to say it's good. If I lose, I'm going to say it's unacceptable. That win's actually going to get us up to rank 1 already. One thing I will say about playing this versus playing this whenever the game launched is we haven't run into desyncs, which used to be a really big problem. Between those 3 teams, I could choose West Virginia. I think by now, though, I've just decided doing the random is what's best for us, and we're stuck with Southern Mississippi. The only time I use Southern Miss in videos is when I'm using the worst team in the game. So playing against Texas, a guy that's 15-4 with them could be an issue. What I'll propose to you, though, is they got Marshall's head coach, and that came with a lot of transfers from the Marshall roster that won the Sun Belt Conference last year. I think the Golden Eagles could be a lot better this season. Braylon Braxton ends up winning the Heisman in some of my Dynasty sims. But they do run out of the veer and shoot playbook in this game, which is something that I absolutely despise. They gave us a cover 3 hard flat there, so if they do it again, we should be able to complete this for a first down. We just need this pass to be on the money. Another thing we can do is we can run quarterback blast. This play seems to be pretty solid. Oh, I thought he was about to stay on his feet. I just don't see us running the ball against Texas that well, even though I want to be able to. We're unfortunately just going to need to make a read here, and if it's cover 3, we had him. Problem is our offensive line's not going to give us much of a chance there. I don't think they're going to go with man-to-man coverage, which means, again, we can thread that needle. About the only good thing he's doing for us right now is he's staying in the exact same coverage, which allows us to go into double coverage. I didn't even look if there were guys there. I just assumed that we were going to get a touchdown. It's okay. We didn't deserve to beat Clemson, and we still took them down. So I'm going to expect that this guy's going to make mistakes as well as we have it back already. All right, nerves are out of the system for both teams. I haven't really been paying attention to who he's using, but it seems like it's more on the defensive line side of things. As long as he's staying right there, and there's a gap for us to throw it, we can. The defense just needs to hesitate for half a second, and we'll be okay, because now we have a lead on the Longhorns. I will say, Southern Miss, playing the Eagle sound squeaking every time you have a successful play is pretty obnoxious. This might be the one tradition EA could have just skipped over, and I would have been fine with. At the end of the day, though, hearing the squeaking in my ear is a great sign for us. We're going to be able to bait this guy into picks. He's already thrown one atrocious read. We got number 2 coming up pretty quickly. As you can see right here, he has absolutely nowhere to go, and he's going to make the mistake of throwing this, isn't he? Come on, give us that. Give us that. We'll take it. That was a great ending to this first quarter. I am sure that when we went into this and you saw me not score on the first drive, you thought it was over. You know why I know that? Because I thought this game was over, but it's not. In fact, I think we're going to be able to hit our tight end immediately. I'm even being a little bit of a scumbag myself. I'm trying to run out all this clock. See, if we have a 2-possession lead at the end of this first half, that's going to make it very hard for him to take us down. These blitzes just aren't working the way that he wants them to, but it's going to be 3rd and 3. Now, if I throw that seam, I have learned my lesson before. It's not really there, but a drag across the field gets open versus the Longhorns. We're basically already in field goal range at this point. He's not going to drop into zone coverage, and we're actually going to dust that corner over there. The Eagle keeps on squealing. We make the wrong read on the read option, and I'm pretty sure here he's going to get into some better coverage against our defense, but his user isn't going to stop our other tight end. You know, as bad as our randoms have been in this video so far for the teams we've been stuck with, I'm having a lot of fun. I see no reason why I shouldn't just continue to use some of these smaller schools. He's not going to get a field goal before the end of this half. That was all I really cared about there. He can get a little completion. He can't even do that. Now, trust me, I am very aware that since I've not played much head-to-head this year, I'm in a lower division. I know that I'm not currently playing against some of the best players in the world, but who cares? Right now, we're able to compete with Southern Miss. If I do more online videos in the future, it'll just continue to get harder and harder. I could have gotten that one. I'm trying to contain, though, so he can't just roll out like that. And he figured out how to crack the cover too. That's a good play. Let's see, what's Arch going to go with next? I didn't go for hard flats this time, so he's going to have a check down. The biggest issue we're running into at the moment, though, is we're legitimately just not getting the pressure that we need. That's why I'm going to be in the contain myself here. If he tries to roll out, we're fine. There we go. We finally get the pick. When he throws it straight at us, I think he's about to quit. There's just no way I'd be staying in this game right now if I was losing 14-0 to Southern Miss. Again, though, we're just dudes sitting here chilling on a Sunday playing some college football. And he's about to have us on like a 3rd and 18. See, I don't think there's much I can do about this. I will be punting the ball back to him if we don't pick this up. We're just not going to beat the press over on that side of the field. Is that a dot? Oh my gosh, it is. I mean, we're just having a great performance at the moment. 56, by the way, did not look like a lineman in there at left guard. On 5 carries, we're currently losing 2 yards per carry. It's been a disaster running the football on the ground, but we'll take a completion. I didn't want much there. I just wanted a chance to hit this field goal and basically put this one away. We're locked in. This might actually go in. I mean, I could not have done any better than that. You know, after this performance, I think I've decided that at least until we get to the playoffs, I want to use small schools in this video. Schools that normally wouldn't get as much love on this channel. We know that the more schools are used in this game, the more that they actually end up getting paid, and we got another pick. I think that is what's going to do it for him, and I can't blame him. I am glad that he stuck in this one until the 4th quarter. He is gone. What an absolute tear we have been on so far, though, and I think this is just going to keep on continuing. What I'm curious about is if I were to select something, like let's say I went to the MAC conference and did 3 randoms. Is it going to give me 3 to choose from just there? It is. And now I have to make my choice. I've decided I'm going to go with the Broncos. Some people from Western Michigan were showing me some love whenever I was trying to decide which team I wanted to rebuild first. We're going to see if they're capable of taking down the Fighting Illini. Fearsome Farmer 69's not great at the game. You got to think, though, Illinois is going to be pretty good this year. They're ranked inside the top 10 on these rosters. If we're going to be able to keep up with him, we're still going to have to play pretty well. And I have a feeling that as a runner, we're going to have an issue. These guys on defense seem pretty slow. If he would have just set his feet, then he would have been able to complete the pass as well. I'm going to put a quarterback spy out there on the field, but I don't know how much it's going to do. That can't be caught. Now, I will say one of the features I've not used yet is the dynamic substitutions, but it might be useful in a game like this because then we don't have to go into the depth chart to make a sub. I can just go through here, but I want to be able to see what speeds all these guys have. He's running the same play over and over again. Though, if we can't click on, he's going to complete that pass all day. I should have known that sending a guy is not going to be very helpful there. There's a really good thing about the people that run the exact same play over and over, though. You can figure out how to stop it pretty easily because eventually, if it's just the same thing, you're going to figure out how to counter it. And now, we're close to a pick 6. I'm really excited to try this next play as well. I've seen the computer run this formation against me, but I've never gotten to use it before. Unfortunately, I think he's got the perfect coverage for it because he's in man-to-man coverage. Never mind. We're going to have our halfback with nowhere to go. Oh, well, we got a little inside zig route from one of our tight ends, which means we're going to be able to either hit our drag or we're going to hit him. And this play right here looks very similar to a play that I liked earlier on in this video, where you got someone jetting across the formation. We're going to be able to snap it. He has to make that decision himself, and he didn't make the right one there. I wish we had a tight end that had a little bit more speed on him, because then we could really get a lot out of some of these RPO plays. We're going to stiff arm that poor defender. And let's see here. We could go for a deep pass. I think we're just going to end up hitting the drag. I was going to look at Buckley off the halfback angle route. I just figured we're better off playing it safe. Now, we do have the split tee in this playbook. I don't think that the fullback dive is going to be stopped with 4 down linemen there. We also got Wildcat. I just feel like with all the plays that they added to the game this year, most playbooks are pretty usable. Like, we've used, what, 5, 6 different teams in this video so far, and every playbook's been fine. He was not going to let me have success with that play 2 times in a row, though. I'm going to hopefully be able to just beat his man-to-man coverage. I wasn't sure if Leary was going to be able to pull that off, but he was. And I just realized there's only 2 minutes left in this first half. I must run a pretty slow offense. The last time we went to our tight end in the flat, it didn't work. This time, he didn't have somebody on him. Broncos take a 7-0 lead, though I hate that logo on their jersey. They've basically done away with it. Like, you can see their Bronco logo down on the scoreboard on most of their branding now. But a few years ago, they came out with this circular W logo, and it was just hideous. I really don't like that we're in an era now where things are just made more modern, simplistic. Some of the new designs definitely look better than what we had in older times, but then there's ones that just lose some of that character that teams had. Good start to him on this drive. What I'm hoping is he starts running back the same play that he'd run so many times before, but he's getting smarter. He knows that if we're going to be sitting in cover 3, he's going to be able to beat it. Did he just spin out of a tackle? Using some of these lower overall guys is not for the weak. If he tries to playmaker anything here, there's no way that it works out. We can even get to that football. Come on. We have a contain out there on 3rd down. We're going to try and knock that loose. I've been wanting to man up McGraw right here, but it doesn't work since he's supposed to be down on the line. So we're just going to put him in a quarterback spy. And now we're going to send one. No shot he gets this throw out. All right, 2nd and goal. He's going to think that he has the hitch. We were there. Now on 3rd and goal, I'm going to bring Sims over. He goes with a screen pass. He gets in the end zone. That was a great juke. I can't even be mad at it. That was a great drive. Now that we gave up the seam a couple of times, though, with our cover 3, I'd like to think that we won't do it again, but this is not a good start. I took a timeout whenever he was driving down the field so we could get points before the end of this first half. I'm going to do the same thing to him. If he doesn't switch up this defense here, he's going to have a big issue. And we have a touchdown. We have a touchdown. This is just what happens whenever you use these lower overall teams. It's so frustrating. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get into field goal range either. We fumbled it away. They're saying that we can hit a 58-yarder, but we got to lock in heavy for this one. And I underkicked it. I actually got the meter right, and I kicked it a little too short. Well, that was a painful ending to the first half, but we're getting the ball to start the second half, so we're going to be fine. I don't know if it's the best idea to just sit back and throw the football going against a team that's a lot better than us. It seems to be working pretty well, though. We had a favorable setup right here to run the football. Now we're going to see what type of coverage he gives us. If this is cover 2, we have a touchdown. If it's not, we're going to have to go underneath in between their zones. You know what? I think it's time that we get some motions into this playbook and we start mixing in some RPOs that I didn't even make the read on. I was throwing it no matter what. I like the idea of just staying out here in hurry up mode, especially if that's the look that we're going to get to run the football. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable that that's what he's sitting in. I shouldn't even be throwing the ball here, but we're going to anyway and still get like 15. I don't know. I just feel like I could come out here and run the ball, and since our offensive line isn't going to be as good as his defensive line, we won't get much. On 2nd and 8, I've noticed he's only sending 3. We're going to just go to our flat, make it a 3rd and inches, and I just got the best idea of all time. You see what formation we're in? We are not getting out of this formation until we score a touchdown. He should not have almost blown that run up. He's going to here, but I don't think he's going to be able to shoot the hole this time around as we picked up his user and we're going for 7. This is actually great. There's just no way he stops us here. Well, now he's going to bring a lot more focus to stopping the run, which should leave the RPO open for us. He's not getting the first down. That's not good. We had a guy there that was supposed to be blocking for us. Now we're going to have to come out and actually stop him after he's figured out his offense. I might regret this, but I want him to be absolutely terrified that we're going to send in a blitz. I guess it didn't work. Typically, though, it does, and he's going to have a tight end that I can't get over to quick enough. The good thing is after doing that twice, we should be able to stop him here. The bad thing, though, is if he wants to play for the game-winning field goal, he can do that as he's taking time off of the clock down to the 2-minute warning. We're trying to look pretty aggressive here, like we're about to send in a blitz. We're actually going to box him. This next play, though, could be a little bit of an issue as we're on it, and he catches it still. We're in trouble. He's just going to run the football at this point. We almost need him to get in. He's not being very smart about the clock, which is a good thing, though I think he's about to start taking it down. Not good news for us. He's just going to hand it off on this next play, and now we're going to have to start calling timeouts. The good thing is it should be extremely difficult for him to do much. We're not giving him much room to work with, but I literally had that play figured out. Our guys in coverage just aren't high enough overall at Western Michigan to get the interception there. He's kicking his 3, and he's going to shank the kick. What did I say? We can lock in. We can pull this off. That's cover 3 right there. We're going to shred that with the easiest completion of all time. Out here in hurry-up mode, he just switched his defense because he knows we're going to do that exact same thing to him again. It's cover 2, though. So what do you mean? That's not going to be a good counter to stop us. We'll take a touchdown. We'll take our points, and we'll hang on with our D. I'm going to give him that good D here. Don't you worry. We've been doing it all game. He only has 7 points for a reason. The interesting part about this is going to be, does he try to playmaker? What's he go for here? Because if he does, he would have been able to get a pretty sizable gain. It might be time for us to just confuse him a little bit. And if that tight end didn't stop right there, I can't believe he got the throw off. Anyway, until his tight end stopped right there, we had everything boxed up. We have him boxed here. I think if we go ahead and we go with a cover 3 shell, but we run Tampa 2, it's going to really throw him off. I wish I got a quarterback contain off in time. Now he's going to have a chance to get a huge play down the field. And he caught it. He caught it. Plus, we just got our ankle snapped. And he's going to be in the end zone. Bro, what was that guy doing? I tried to click on to make a play. There's just no way he's going for the 2-point conversion here. We had him. We had him. This is bad, but he gave me 21 seconds to cook, and I just realized we hit that field goal to end the first half. We win this game. Now, there's one route he should be guarding no matter what because we annihilated his defense the last time that we were out there on the field. I can't believe he just took that guy that far back. I'm going to continue to run this concept until he figures out how to stop it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Now we're going to put him on a slant because he's probably going to play the streak, and we're just going to have him beat immediately. All we needed to do was get into field goal range. He's going to be able to ice us, though, which is a problem. It is a 45-yarder for the win. I cannot choke 2 kicks in one game. Normally, I'm pretty locked in for these. We're just going to lock in. We're going to get a decently sized meter, and we're going to beat Illinois with Western Michigan. We are now halfway through the regular season on online head-to-head, and we're still undefeated. Every time I do this video, I have the time of my life, though. Coming up, we got 2 road games in a row with some very bad teams. I don't know if I should just sort by like tier 5 if I want to keep on using small schools. We're going to go with Arkansas State, Marshall, or Middle Tennessee. You know what? I think Arkansas State has a fast quarterback. We're going to get some experience with them. It looks like we're going to get the ponies for this matchup. We'll see how good our opponent is. He is 14-35. That does not mean that this is just going to be a cakewalk for us, though, because our team is much worse. And the last guy that we played had the worst record of this entire video, but he gave us the best battle. I'm really hoping that he just comes out with an RPO this first play, because I feel like I could be able to bait it. Throw it. Throw it. Oh, we're getting the sack. That was perfect right there. We got slants. We should be able to pick this kid up. Never mind. Our pursuit's not going to be good with these low overalls. I do think this kid's going to get confused, though, if we end up using Dickerson on this play. I gave up the route that he was hoping for, and he threw it. I had contains on that play, though, that just didn't get in the way that they needed to. We got a hard flat here. If he threw it to his running back on that play, we still would not have been able to make a play on the ball, though. And I should have gone for the swap because now he's going to be up 7-0. That's the one bad thing about going for picks on this game. You just don't get them all the time. I was in cover 2 there, though, so I shouldn't be able to play that with like a 70 overall safety on Arkansas State. You just think that you're still going to get there, and then you don't. Now, this is a cool little variation of this play. Normally, Summers would be on a bubble, but instead, I just made the wrong read. We are off to an absolutely atrocious start to this game, but we're going to have our out route. And he's going to try and make a play on the ball. I do like that you have to go for the swap more times than not. Like, it's not just you can always go for the interception on this one. He's on the defensive line, though, and we had someone wide open. We might have a touchdown here. We might have a touchdown here. Greatest playmaker of all time. Cross takes it into the end zone, and he quit the game off of that. I can't believe it. I think we should still get credit for the win, even though we didn't kick our extra point yet. We were trailing by 1. And we do get credit for it. It's kind of funny that it shows up as a win, even though our score was less. I don't know why he quit. Was he that mad that we were able to bomb him with Arkansas State? I told you that having a fast quarterback was going to be nice. This time we're going to go with tier 4 teams, Cincinnati, Northwestern, or East Carolina. I think I'd rather just send it, see what we can get with our random, and it's going to be Liberty. I don't know what the Flames are looking like this year. I know that Salter transferred over to Colorado, so I'm not sure who their quarterback's going to be. He's going to have to face off against Alabama. We are also going to be on the road. This might be where our winning streak ends, though this kid's 6-16. I genuinely might not be able to read anymore, though. I read it again afterwards, and it definitely said 7, not 6. Take a look at the difference in average pounds between our defensive line and their offensive line, though. This is crazy. They got like a 60-70 pound advantage on Liberty. Them boys are eating right at Alabama. We're going to see if we can make a play with Ricks Jr. on 3rd down. He throws it underneath, and I just had a little bit of a bad user. All right, we got him on a 4th and 3. We're going to play man-to-man coverage, even though it shouldn't work. We got pressure. I just had to switch things up a little bit. Ethan Vasco, that's our quarterback. I can't remember where he came from, but I do recognize the name. I don't think he's going to be much of a runner for us, but, I mean, on the ground, we just got a huge carry there. Then I found this play, which allows us to have an RPO with a corner route. That is one I've not seen before, but we just ended up keeping it on the ground anyway. I'm going to have to actually make a read on 3rd and 7. There's a flag on the play, so I think it's a free one. It was offside. We're just going to decline it. As long as it's not against us, we're in a good spot. Quarterback wrap on NCAA Football 14. Super good play. On College Football 26, also super good play. Now it's back to our defense. Last time we got him on a 4th and short, and he decided to go for it. We are shaded underneath. We're going to play that ball. Now, he had another guy there that could have been blocking, but I don't think it matters. He's rage quitting already. This is a crazy run, dude. I don't care that I'm in the freshman division, one of the lowest ones. We're still absolutely balling out. We'll go back to tier 5 teams here between Kent State, please no, New Mexico State, and Missouri State. You know, no offense to the people out there in New Mexico. I say that right before I'm going to say something offensive, but I don't think I could ever come up with a reason to use y'all for a video. There cannot be that many people that live out there. It's like a middle of a desert, right? Anyway, we're playing a guy that's awful online, and I am going to personally do my best to serve you all right here, because it might be like another year before you see me using your team on the channel. Listen, I'll give you all some props though. This stadium's pretty sick, especially the back of the end zone that we're striving for on this drive. First handoff doesn't get us much. Why is Callaway coming into this matchup with high wear and tear already though? I feel like that's putting us at a pretty severe disadvantage considering this is our best offensive player. He feels a little slow too. Part of that could just be the fact that we're facing off against Clemson. On third down, we're going to hit him with the RPO. This tight end's actually nice. Look at that little juke. You know what? With what I'm seeing so far, I'm liking the Aggies. We got a little scoop play here. For what I wanted to do with him though, that guy did not have the build for it. He's bringing in a blitz. Harris is going to cook y'all. I really hope that he does that again and he doesn't change up his play call, because we're going to get that throw out fast. I don't know what he's expecting. If we're about to get a cover 3 look here, which is what I was assuming, we would have been fine, but look at the underneath throw working out too. All right, now we're going to attempt a play that could lose us a lot of yards, or it could be absolutely massive. It turns out it's going to lose us a lot of yards. Now he can just sit back in his coverage, and we can look to dot it up, but we're going to have to come back to that ball. This stinks, but I think we're just going to have to settle for a field goal, unless... No, that's going to be a pick. Should have been a pick. If I threw that when he first broke on that route, we would have been good, but I saw it about a second late. I'll still take our points because we don't know what his offense is going to look like, though that was not a great kick. We have finally run across a kicker that just doesn't have a strong leg. I really like this 3-3-5 split defense, though, because it should be able to stop the run. We got the numbers in the box. With the lower overall team, if we don't have the numbers there, it's immediately over. And then also our pass coverage should be solid. Now we're going to come out with a cover 3 shell, running cover 2. I think this is going to really confuse him. There's just no way that he hands this off here. We're waiting for something underneath, and he has it. No, he doesn't. We have a mid-read. He dropped the ball? That's actually insane. We should have had that every day of the week. Instead, now, he had the completion there the whole time. He's just more blind than me back there at quarterback, so we get to hand this one off and go for a 10-0 lead. See, I'm a little bit scared to mix in this next play because of that. There's some play action in this game that's absolute money, and then there's others where we're just not going to see any time. That was a horrible pass. It worked out for us, but I cannot sit there and act like that was a good throw from Cutler. He's going to fill this gap perfectly. I think we're going to have to get him to fall for this bubble pop, and it seems like that's not happening. We're still going to try and click on. He dropped it. I really don't want to settle for another field goal, but it seems like we might have to. Never mind. Never mind. White boy fights his way in. I'm going to be honest, with some of these small schools, sometimes the random white guy wearing like number 31 is the most terrifying guy on the field. USF had one of those last year. I think he was like number 38. Couldn't have been taller than 5'9", but he would make everybody miss. Like, he was so hard to bring down. Just a fun player to watch. Of course, we are facing off against Clemson, so they got far more terrifying players than that. But look at the start we're having in this game so far. We're staying out there in this cover too, and all he can do is go underneath. It would make sense for him to just hand this ball off, but we're not going to be able to stop him. Jay Haynes gets him the first, but he's just immediately running. If you don't slide, Cade's going to fumble. See, here's the problem. The second the guys that are using the better schools start using their brain against us, all I can do is just sit back in coverage and pray that he makes a bad mistake. But checkdowns hurt us. Like, unfortunately, if he's going for checkdowns, or if he's just immediately rolling out to scramble. Wait, there's the fumble. There's the fumble I was talking about. If he just slid, we wouldn't have been able to stop him. His offense was moving, but he just made a massive mistake, giving us the ball back. And has the speed option worked for us once? I have started to chew the clock, because I feel like unless we just get a huge play right here, it is going to be better for us to just take this one to the end of the first half. I have come up with an idea, though, that could get us a pretty big gain if he falls for it. Though he's in man-to-man coverage. Nah, he's going to get back to that football. He gets back to it. Okay, that's a perfect way to end the first half, as long as he does not return this for a touchdown. Get our numbers over there. Get our numbers. We're good. It has been a very low-scoring game. It's also been far from a pretty offensive game, but I like where we're sitting. Now, before he made that fumble mistake on his last drive, he was cooking us. We have a quarterback spy out there, hoping that that can help, but that's a great play. I don't even know if that guy over there on the edge is going to be quick enough to keep up with Cade Klubnik. I'm so terrified of him being able to just burn us deep as well. Good runs, too. We might just be better off having a contain out there on the field because our quarterback spotted absolutely nothing there. Give me that. Give me that all day. You're not going to split our two zones. We're going to have a chance to go up 17-0 on Clemson. If only I could switch stick as well, I could have gotten back there a lot faster. The people that are good at that on this game, I mean, that is just a huge skill gap. Though, we're getting outside with Stanley. Stanley, all the way to the crib. Go ahead, run into the ref. Get out of his way. I told you, New Mexico State fans, I was going to do you right with this game. Another guy has quit. This is actually an insane winning streak. It's up to 9 games now. We have 3 more before we get on to the playoff. I was expecting like one person at least to beat us, but it might not happen. Anyway, let's start the search between these tier 4 teams again. We're going to have Rice to choose from, Boise State, or James Madison. I think we should give Boise State some love. Actually, I take it back. They're an 82 overall. Let me go show love to Marshall. I know that they're not going to be a random team I selected, but their fan bases showed me love. I'm going to show some love in these final few regular season games to teams that I didn't select for my first rebuild, but that were very close. It looks like we're going to have to play Alabama again. We've seen a lot of the Crimson Tide and Clemson in this video so far. This guy's 14-8 with them, so he's not terrible. I already got the other 2 teams in mind as well that I want to use in this video before we get to the playoff. I'm excited. We're just going to continue to get some of these small schools a little bit more love. I hope that we pull this off with Marshall. Seems like he's going to be coming out in stuff like 5 wide, though, and we already got him on a 3rd and 7. Now, I don't love being in man-to-man coverage here, but there was a chance that we still got to their QB. Ty Simpson wasn't able to do too much, and we have guys to knock that ball loose. Come on, come on. Whenever it's online, everything happens so quick, so it's really hard to even think about what I'm going to say for a play before it happens. I like the way things are looking, though. Norton seems like the bubble is going to get absolutely naked. He plays it with Jefferson, but not quick enough. The blocks are lining up, and we're at the 6. Zion Turner is their quarterback as well. I feel like I recognize this name from a guy that can run the football pretty well, which is why we're trying to take it in. He just got rocked. You know, I'm going to be honest. I think they deserve that there. We're going to try and hit him with an RPO, but they're all over it again. Just not the best way for us to open up this game. I was hoping our drag would get open. It didn't. I know that there's like a 50-50 chance I'm going to miss this kick if I kick it here, just because it's on the hash mark, which is why I'm going for it on 4th and goal. Why would you catch it like that? We had them, and instead, they're going to get the stop. They're going with a jet touch pass as well. This could actually be it. This could be it. Ryan Williams is going to probably juke here, or he's going to try to outrun us. I just didn't hit the possession catch button quick enough, and now we're not getting hands on him. Someone, put your hands on the kid. He better not be running this down the entire field. Oh, he got me. He got me good there. We just cannot afford to give up easy touchdowns, and we had one. Luckily, we have Bama where we want him. They're on a 4th and short. Come on. That's so unfortunate. Now he's going to throw us a pick. He's going to throw us a pick because he's just stupid. We're fine. We're fine. Run to the outside and get caught. I'm going to try to hit this guy with a taste of his own medicine as well, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to lose 5 yards. Yeah, he's ready to play it. It wasn't working. He's pretty solid on defense. It doesn't help that he's got all the stadium pulse on his side. These throws, man. Zion Turner is just not it. He should be able to get us off the field here. We're going with the basic tight end attack play that's been solid for a long time. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't make a play on the ball there and get an interception now. I'm not sure if our RPO is really going to do much here, especially since he was right on it with Justin Jefferson. I wanted to make sure no matter what we got into field goal range so we could get the first points of this game. We're going to have the inside leverage. No, we're not. He got there extremely quick. All right, field goal, lock in, everything's shaking, but we should be good. You know, of all the teams we've used so far in this video, I feel like Marshall has been the one that I've enjoyed the least offensively. Defensively, they've been pretty solid though, until this play. I think he really felt the pressure whenever we came out in double mug. I'm not saying this defense is money for us because it's not. He just got a massive game. But if he's not running the football, I feel like we can really confuse him out of it. Now, he was prepared there to make a quick throw. This time, he's going to have to make that read faster, and he did. He breaks a tackle, and he's in the end zone. Great. Great. I just ran cover 2 way too many times in a row. I can't believe that he's trying to go for this, though. It does not help him at all. I fell asleep with my user. I thought there was no shot that if we're just standing right there, he would throw it. Well, he did. It's time to wake up, because if we don't, we're going to lose our first game of this video. No shot. I think I dropped too far back there. 2nd and 10. We're looking to get this one out a little bit quicker. Look who we got underneath. Turner. That was a great tackle. I was trying to stop and make him miss there, but we're going to have Turner again, and out in the open field, he takes another hit. He is not shown that he can stop that, which is why I'm not sure why I switched up the play call. Man-to-man coverage. Come on, Turner. You're just going to work right now. This is a great ending to the first half. Assuming we get a field goal, things could have been tied. Is he going to be able to play that with Jefferson? Probably, which is why we'll go to the other side. I don't think it's going to be worth it for us to try and beat the defense over the middle. I'm going to take one look at it, and if I see something I like, I'll try and force it. At the end of the day, though, I'm just looking to get a field goal before the end of the first half, so we're going to go underneath the Turner and call a timeout here. Hitting this is going to put us back within 2 points. I think we put it over to the side enough. You've got to be kidding. Kicking is so hard in this game, and it should be. It's college, but it's frustrating. I feel like where the arrow shows it's going to go sometimes, it just doesn't. I'm not sure if it's tied to the kicker's accuracy stats or what, but I could have had that arrow in that exact same spot, and it missed completely to the right side instead of the left. I will say, with how much we were cooking as defense at the end of that first half, I am going to go back to the similar concept. It no longer worked there, though. It's about to be 3rd and 4. And we're immediately going to hit Allen so we can move the chains. If we could just get away from this stadium pulse, I think I'd have a pretty cool play here. Unfortunately, though, we're going to have to throw this ball away. They were in man-to-man coverage. I needed zone. We know Harmon's not going to beat the press over on that side of the field, so I'm not even going to look for him. But our drag did beat it. We didn't catch it. If he's switching over to man-to-man coverage, we could be in a little bit of trouble. We're going to try and fit that in the seam, but it's dropped. That was such a good throw as well. It does not get better than that. All I can think of is we're going to go back to our money play. There we go. We've run tight end attack a few times, but we've yet to throw it to the second tight end. We're going to make that guy make a decision and take off with Turner as we cut up the field. Juke to the left, and we can't fully escape. I've not used Zion Turner the way I probably should, which is by running the football. We've been sitting back, trying to pass with him. This could not be a slower player. Now that we're in this spot, if our blocks hold, I think this should be a touchdown. He pinched them to the inside, which is perfect for us. We might just have to run 4 quarterback sneaks in a row. There's simply no way that he blows this up. The bad part is now we need the 2-point conversion, and I'm going to test out this QB zone play again. I trust it. He holds up, but he's short. Running against Alabama on the road might not be the smartest decision with Marshall. Ryan Williams. Oh my gosh, someone tackle him. All right, now we're going to be looking to bait this kid into throwing an interception. He might just be handing this football off, but if he runs the similar concept that he was running on that last drive, we could be good here. Oh, we had him. We had him. And I overshot the user. These are the plays that you go back and they lose you this game. You think back on them and they just really hurt. He gets it out quick. We should have been looking underneath. I think he's kind of figured out that us blitzing isn't going to be great. And did he just immediately roll out here? I was almost able to get over to Jam Miller. What he has done is he has solidified field goal range for his team. Let's see what he goes with here, though. We have a quarterback contain, no bubble, lots of motions, and it's a handoff. It's a handoff. Horton is going to get a lot. Now, if we can just manage to get this guy on a 4th down situation, I feel like his ego's too big to decide to not go for it. I just don't see him settling for a field goal against Marshall. Though he's going to get a handoff for a touchdown here. I saw it coming from a mile away. That was a great play call. Now for the 2-point conversion, I honestly think we're going to be okay here. We have a hard flat. We have a hard flat. Miles Glover gets the pick. If he's fast enough, well, he's not going to be fast enough. Ryan Williams is on his tail right now. Pitch it back. Keep running. Pitch it again. Okay, though, you know what? We win this game with a touchdown. Our success, our streak is in our hands. Out of curiosity, I just wanted to see what he'd come out with if we were just going to come out in this formation. We didn't get much. I really just don't love this Marshall playbook that we're working with at the moment. Though I see where he was usering. It was a bad throw from me. That's a hard one because Zion Turner isn't the most accurate. So we have got to get that out quick. He's on a delayed route here. Unfortunately, he never ran it. We can't get it out. I think you all know I'm a feed Turner in this situation. No matter what, that's who I'm staring down. And he's going to be able to get back to that. Yep. He's going to be able to get back to that. He also breaks a tackle. I don't know how we're going to overcome this one because we've pulled off a lot of comebacks, but this one's just looking less and less likely. Come on. Now, a similar thing happened earlier on in this video against Clemson with Western Kentucky, which is why I'm not just fully giving up hope yet. It's just a long way away. He's got us in a box, I'm going to be honest. He's got everything the way he wants it to be. That's not even the receiver I was thrown to. I'm going to have to quit a game for the first time instead of the other way around. You all saw absolutely nothing here. That drops us down to rank 3, and I guess we could still miss out on the playoffs if we lost with these last 2 teams in the regular season games. We're going to be using Middle Tennessee next. Their graphic team put in a ton of effort trying to recruit me this year. Lots of love for Middle Tennessee, giving it right back to them here. They invited me down to go to a couple games as well. I hope that offer is still on the table because I'd love to make the trip down to Nashville. We got Clemson here. We've seen Clemson a lot in this video. The guy's 10-9. This is a winnable matchup. I can't make any mistakes though. You all saw. Couple mistakes against Alabama with Marshall, and we ended up losing. As long as they don't end up running the football that much against us, I'm going to feel pretty confident. We had a cloud flat over there, by the way. In case you were wondering what the difference is going to look like facing off against a team like the Tigers, we played at that time. The fact that he'd go with that twice in a row lets me know the type of guy that we're playing against. Just sitting in a cover 2 here underneath, and come on. So far, I'm thinking that these outside corners zone coverage stat might literally be like a 62 overall. I think if we're going to get any stops, I'm going to have to user them myself, though I'm stuck in a block here. Williams is getting a big run, and Clemson takes a 7-0 lead. Have I lost it? I'm feeling pretty washed right now, especially after how strong we started off this video, but there's still plenty of time left in this game. Okay, this first play has never steered us wrong, though he's playing it with his user. Our run of just taking down these big teams with small schools might be over. He's not ready for the bubble, though. We only got 5. 2 times in a row, he sat out there in a cover 3. The issue is since it's match coverage, I'm not exactly sure how to play it, though that was it. We have figured it out. Unless he plays the flat, we're going to have him wide open every single time. Unless he plays a hard flat. You know, after this game, I'm making some cheeseburgers, and I'm getting my energy back. That is what I need to regain the level of skill that I was dropping on these guys just a little bit ago. Like, that hole could not have been more open, and I just ran straight into a tackle. Though, it actually helped that we got stuck on the line there. I want to make it very clear, this game's not over. I think we get the ball to start the second half. I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I can't wait. I can't wait to go throw it down, get some burgers on the grill. Let me quit out of this game. Stop celebrating. All right, y'all saw nothing there. We're going to bounce back. We're going to have one more game in the regular season. Then we got the playoffs coming up. We're still going for that championship because these last 2 losses do not define the season that we have had. Now, for this last game, I had to decide which team do I want to select that was showing me so much love during the whole process of me selecting my first rebuild this year. And I honestly think Central Michigan's got to be it because their head coach was tweeting about it on Twitter. A bunch of guys on their staff reached out, so we're going to play with them to end the regular season. No matter what happens here, this is just a warm-up game for us because we're already locked into the playoffs, but we got to get prepared for it before we go back to using random teams. My thought process is if I can beat Texas A&M with a team that's as low of an overall as Central Michigan, we'll be fine. This dude's got a losing record as well. 70% passing is actually crazy too, but they're starting it off with the onside kick that we are going to be able to recover. The last time I tried to play online, that happened to me within the first minute, so I'm glad that it's not gone that way this time around. We haven't played against many guys that have run a bunch of cheesy stuff either. I've been having a really good experience, even using some of these schools that are just not that good. I've seen a lot of complaints about the online gameplay too with this game, so I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit different. I've had fun with it, but we are on a 3rd and 11. I don't think we can beat the press to the outside there. Man-to-man coverage on our tight end, we'll take it. He is consistently pressing, but he can do that against us because he's got a better team. Though we might be able to pull off a touchdown here if we're able to place this back of the end zone, go up for the aggressive catch, bring it in, I'll take it. I would have loved if that was placed a little bit more to the outside there because I could have seen that getting intercepted. It all worked out though. At one point in this game, we had a lead. Let's see, where are they going to go with on the kick return? We'll trip that guy up. Though I will say that tackle just looked funky there. I've definitely noticed that with the new tackling system, whenever it gets stuff right, things look amazing, but there's also more plays that look pretty rough. Like, if you get a head-on hard hit stick in this game, though, my gosh, that's like one of the best things you can get. We're snagging that pick. Give it to me. I guarantee, too, that whenever we start having Davis motion over, they're going to fall for it so hard. And then we can just hand this one off. We can hand it off. Though we're already down to half of our wear and tear bar. Definitely not ideal. Is he in cover 3 or is he in man-to-man coverage? Man-to-man coverage? That's a back foot throw. This should not work out. I don't know why I'm sitting here acting like these guys are going to be good enough to beat that there. We're waiting for our tight end to bring this one in. It's definitely a challenge to beat this coverage sometimes. I know that we're going to have to get out a really fast throw, and it's going to be short. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely frustrated. We're not going to get to him either. We can't be going for hit sticks, or else they're just gone. They're just gone. That's a college play at its finest, but I can't be happy about it. The breakaway speed just destroyed us there, and I wasn't even ready for a fake 2-point conversion. This is exactly why you can't make any mistakes when using a smaller school, though, because we made our mistake, and now it's going to be very hard for us to win this game. Look at this kid fighting, though. He might want it more than anybody else out there on the field. I'm hoping that with an inside zone, we can pick up a few. We definitely felt that hit, though. 3rd down. Running back should be open. We're going to turn around and catch that. It's an insane user catch, but we're going to get caught. I feel like they got to hit us with zone coverage here, but they didn't. They went with man-to-man. He was on the tight end. And the thing about it is, he's probably going to switch to a cover 2 here, which would allow us to beat it. We didn't get it out. I called it perfectly, though. It was cover 2. A little bit of a jet touch pass here, hoping that we can just cut up and get ourselves into the end zone. You have to click on and make that tackle. Could be kind of dumb to go for the RPO. It was. It doesn't help our running backs already down -7 speed, though. That's the second time where I've just noticed some of our running backs are taking wear and tear damage extremely fast. Now, after that last touchdown, I'm trying to pick up on what he likes to do the most offensively. It was pass. He has decided to run it twice in a row, though. Now he's rolling out, and that could have been bad. I think on 4th and inches, we got what we want out there. I accidentally clicked onto the hard flat. I couldn't switch up the defense fast enough, and this is bad. This is really bad. I don't know why our hard flat just went down there, but it's going to be a touchdown. It's going to be a touchdown. I needed him to stay in his zone. I think they had another route that was even farther underneath. But you know what? We still have time to respond. What I'm going to do before this play is I'm going to get rid of our running back. 61 overall is what we're working with. Well, who am I supposed to have out there? Oh, well, we're just going to resort to throwing it here. We're going to go underneath, juke inside, and what is happening? See, that's what I'm talking about. Some of the tackles just end up looking really weird. Is this a good throw, though? Nope. Bad meter. It's going to be 3rd and 12, where I don't think we're going to cook their man-to-man coverage. Never mind. I just saw that guy's ankles get snapped mid-play. That was an absolutely filthy route, and he bit it. He bit on the halfback angle. We're good. The funny thing is he'll probably bite on it again, but this time it's going to come from the other side of the field, and we can just run underneath it and get 6 more. On 2nd and 4, we do have our running back on the sideline. I don't know if he can catch that. Never mind, he does. He has been on an absolutely insane run, and we have our bubble to go for even more. This is such a great ending to this half. We were about to go with the option to the outside, though. I feel like I'm playing against Michigan. They just know our plays. It's fine. We'll go with the dive up the middle, and we'll take our first. I really feel like this bubble could work again, especially if they end up playing this aggressively. We just got to throw it over there and hang on. That's definitely a little frustrating. I'm not sure how much pressure he's about to bring. We'll fall down. I feel like that was just worth it for us to still have a chance to end this first half, getting a touchdown, which I thought we had. Since we fell down short, I had no choice but to call a timeout. I'm not sure where he's going to bait us here, but we're going to catch it anyway. Now, chasing points with the 2-point conversion, this actually is not our best move in the world. I was just waiting for the zone coverage, and that's a laser. Even though I didn't love how we played defensively in this first half, offensively, I'm absolutely thrilled. This might be the most points that we've been able to put up in a half. I let him just go to the open receiver underneath because Black's not making that play. He just caused himself more pain than he needed to for absolutely no reason. You're going to try to run a stretch, but it's not going to work. This could be a great start to the second half. We're filling that hole, literally pushing him to the marker. Listen, I can't even discredit Le'Veon Moss. He's pretty good, but does anybody on Central Michigan know how to make a tackle? I'm not so sure about it. We went with cover 2 hard flats. That was always going to happen. I have to be usered on this linebacker here, especially if they're going to try to hit us with plays like this. We're not going to be able to get over there either. We got to come down with Span. And I went for the hit stick, but he hurdled us. I feel like if we could have aimed that a little bit higher, we might have forced a fumble. It is hard playing defense out here with some of these teams. I was throwing the bubble. Oh, well, on 2nd and 12, we're going to run a play I have loved in my FIU dynasty. It didn't work as well here. I love how they continue to go with man-to-man coverage, though. We got him. We got him right there. You cannot tell me he's getting back to that. That is so unfortunate. He's going to try and get in a very fast blitz. It's not going to work, though, and now he's calling a timeout to readjust his coverage there. I'm not sure what he's thinking. Probably that he doesn't need to be running press any longer. We're just going to hit one of our drags. I've not run the ball much, which I'm going to attempt to do here, but there's just nowhere to go. There you go. That is exactly why I have not run the ball much. He can't guard us underneath. I've also noticed something. This isn't the most fun way to play. It's a little annoying to face off against, but look at the time. If we're going to win this one, you've seen the way that we have played defensively. We have got to control the clock. I feel like a speed option to the right side of the field could be money right now. We just don't have that prepared to call. And just like that, we have hit the 2-minute timeout. We're going to be able to go underneath to Temple and get another first. It's kind of crazy, but with the quarters being this short, we are in a prime position. We're just going to keep on hitting him where he can't guard us. Even if we only get a field goal out of this drive, which we had a touchdown, I'm still going to like the spot that we're in. And there it is. There it is. Perfect pass. Great catch. I hope you all like the placement of that ball. That was absolutely insane. He's let us chew it down to just 30 seconds. I didn't realize he only has 2 timeouts left. Seriously? Well, that was kind of crazy there. I guess we're just going to center it up. This RPO takes way too long to hand off. What do? I feel so bad for this, but our guaranteed win is literally on the hands of just handing it off, staying still, not fumbling, and then calling a timeout that's going to allow us to just end this game. I can't remember if he even touched that ball in the 3rd and 4th quarter. I think he had the opening drive, and then after that, we just controlled the clock, but it made sure that we bounced back with a win. What I say, I eat my burgers for dinner, and now I'm back with energy, playing better. And now we get to lock in because we have made it to the playoff where we are 3 games away from winning another online championship. Like I said, once we make it here, this is where it's serious. I will allow myself to use whatever team is available out of these 3 randoms. We got Bowling Green, Syracuse, again, who I don't want to use, and Illinois. I feel like if I hit a random and we get a tier 5 team, this could get ugly, so we're just going to settle for the Fighting Illini. When I did this same thing on College Football 25, I don't know if it's just because team overalls were better last year or what. There weren't as many terrible teams, but I felt like we never had to play with that bad of a team. The random teams have not been on our side for this, though. We are going to be facing off against Nick Harbor, Lenore Sellers, South Carolina. If this guy knows how to use them, this could be a disaster. He doesn't run the ball much. He's 15 and 11. Now, what I'm not sure about is if this is actually a playoff game for him or if it's just a playoff game for us, and he is a completely different field and different branding. I would assume that we're both in the playoffs, though. Just the fact that they got Nick Harbor back there on kick returns as well is absolutely terrifying. On 2nd down, we have match coverage out there on the field, and that's not good because he's already getting a big play. Match can be an absolute disaster. I thought we were just sitting in the cover 3. We filled that hole. I feel like we have a good coverage of these receivers over on this right side, but if he hands it off, I mean, he's set to get a large gain. This is a guy that typically doesn't run the ball that much, but you know what? This is a playoff game for him, so he's going to play this one a bit more seriously. I really don't like any of the defensive formations out of this Illinois playbook so far either. We are technically going to be out of a 3-4 here, and we can get this to work the way that I want to. Everything's boxed. Come on. Come on. What? I don't know how he just did what he did right there, but it doesn't even make sense to me. And he's wide open. What type of play was that? Not a great start for us, that's for sure. Do not tell me that we just played a whole season for this guy to ruin it for us. I didn't let that get in. No shot. Grown Simba 2304. I'm going to give you your props for that first drive, but we cannot let this one slip away. I want to get my 2nd championship in my 2nd attempt ever. I have no idea what to expect out of this Illinois offense. I haven't even been looking at the rosters to see who's fast or anything. We're just playing football. It looks like some of our RPOs might be taken away, though, especially if he's able to get over there with his user. He wasn't, and we get another 10. Okay, so he's sitting back in Tampa 2 right now. If this is man-to-man, what I want to do is not going to work. It is man-to-man, but we're going to hopefully be able to make a play on that ball. Dixon, what a catch from Dixon. We're back in it. I'm not chasing points either. I'm going to trust our defense and hope that we get some stops. Here we go, though. Nick Harbor coming out with the kickoff return. It's always going to be scary facing that. I mean, we're talking 99 speed, 6'5", 240. What are you supposed to do against someone like him? We're going to have to just click on and make a fumble. We pick it up out of midair. What a play. What a play. Give us that lead. This is what I said. Defense matters. I'm not chasing points. That's exactly why I said it. We're not going for the 2-point conversion. We don't need it because we're going to give him that good D. This is where I expect him to try and test us deep with Nick Harbor. As you can see, he's going to do that right here, and he's going to toast us. I knew it was coming, and we still could not stop it. We saw what happened the last 2-point conversion as well. We're looking for the underneath stuff. I mean, he doesn't have anything. That was just such a brutal touchdown to give up because I knew exactly what he wanted to do. But let's end this half with a touchdown. If we can do that, we're going to be just fine. He's not going to be able to play this RPO. We're going to play things very smart. The good thing is we get the ball to start the second half, and we're about to have a massive running lane. I also feel like I just found such a good play. I really need it to be suggested again, though, because I have no idea what it was. Is he going to let us just beat his cover 2 like this? I guess so. Last time we ran this little halfback slam, we gashed his defense. This time, we almost did. And honestly, if he's not prepared for this bubble, it could get very ugly for him. I had to audible last second. Come on. Snap it. Perfect. Perfect. He took his user out of the picture. Now, I don't know if any of you all noticed there, but we were carrying that ball in an extremely concerning way. Make that catch. Come on. That would have been so big. Now he's probably just going to send in a blitz. It's okay, though. The one thing I can't do in this situation is throw an interception. We're going to take our 3 to end this first half, unless we're able to throw for a touchdown here, which is still in the realm of possibility. But yeah, we're just going to take our 3. I've changed the camera angle to this because I feel like it gives you a better shot at hitting kicks like this. I mean, we got the perfect angle. I might have messed up our camera for this kickoff, though. I don't like this. I do not like this at all. I don't know if he's going to come out as aggressive with the blitzes here in this second half. I just thought a halfback screen could be a good way to start this one out. A lot of what I want to do is attempt clock control, but if we aren't getting much, it's going to be hard to do it. I'm seeing a lot of blitzes, which is cool. We're just going to have to make the right read, and we did right there. We also just might have a touchdown on this play. I mean, we're going to get this snap off. And there it is. I mean, he's open. He's open. I think he's kind of realized that I am not going to be running through this clock slowly. If he doesn't make plays like that, he will be in trouble. And that's great coverage. Honestly, I don't love my reads on this play that I'm going to make, but we had to try something. And I'm not sure how he's getting in pressure that quick, but we're going to settle for our field goal, because he's going to have to score a touchdown to take the lead, and then we could go down and get another field goal. What we know is his best chance at scoring is just throwing it up to Nick Harbor. So if he does that, it'll be a very quick score. But we can also set our safeties farther back this year. It's going to hurt us against the run, but we are going to set them to deep. I just cannot risk giving up another big touchdown to Nick Harbor. It's going to really harm us because of these underneath throws. How was Brown still up? That was crazy right there. The good thing is we only need a safety super far back on the side that Nick Harbor's on, so I can bring the other one up. If they're hitting out routes like that, though, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Give me that. Oh, gosh. This is not good. He's going to make a play there. He makes it. I almost think that we're just going to have to confuse him somehow. I don't know if we're backed up enough right there, though. They have a flat. That's fine. Here on 2nd and 9, I'm going to bring the blitz this time. He hits us with a play action. And he tried it. He tried it. We're backed off for a reason. No, no. That hurt so bad. We're running across the middle. That should have been a fumble. Here we go. 4th and 9. I'm actually going to play this guy out here. We brought him over, and now he's going to have to go straight at us. I thought he caught that for a second. But we're good. That would have been absolutely insane if we gave that up there. We're going to cut this one back, or at least try to. You know, the thing is, no matter what, we can just kick a field goal from right here. There is literally one thing I can't do, and that's throw an interception on this play. We had to get that out, though. If I shank this now, that'd be pretty embarrassing, but I feel pretty confident in my ability to hit these kicks. The game's not technically over yet because there is still a chance that he scores a touchdown quick. But we are shading over top, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that they don't. I mean, I got guys on Nick Harbor's side backed up so far that it's just not going to work for them. Did Lenoris Sellers just break a sack, though? And he's still going? Okay, he's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, what else are we supposed to do there? Don't throw that. Don't throw that. I might be able to bait him straight into it again. Though he goes there, that's fine. I really just don't want to give up anything too crazy. He thinks my user's over on that right side, which is why I've switched it over to this left side. And he doesn't know where to throw. Now Patterson needs to back up a little bit. I don't know who I'm on. Oh, I'm stuck on the defensive line. He throws it straight at us. He doesn't catch that. See, I feel like to avoid getting really, really mossed, you're better off just not clicking on. We got everybody underneath on this play, and I just got burnt there, but he's not going to see it. He's going to go to the outside. Now, they are reviewing this. This game is not over. It could still be a first down. I wish they showed the reviews in online games. Turns out it wasn't a catch. It was a really close call, though. There we go. He's just going to go ahead and quit before we can even take a knee. That result right there puts us 2 games away from winning a national championship. Just overall, I wanted to count how many wins we've been able to get so far in this video. It's 11. If we get 13, that's going to be good enough. For our 3 randoms in the semifinals, we got Texas A&M. That's a good start. Kentucky, I love you all. I'm not using my favorite team. We're going Texas A&M. Listen, I love Kentucky. I was hoping at some point I'd get to use them in this video from getting them as a random team. It's just not the time for it now that we're in the playoffs. It's about time we find out how good this guy is. He's 8-5, so he's not been playing online for that long. Interestingly enough, he's in the recruit division. I think that's the lowest one, so I guess you can get matched up in your playoff games with other divisions. I feel like that defeats the whole purpose of being in a division. Like, if you're in the lowest division and you get matched up against someone that's in a better one, that'd be really frustrating. To be fair though, it's not that big of a gap. Like, if it was jumping 3-4 divisions, that's where I'd see a real issue. They box that. I'm not gonna lie, he might have some good defense against us. On 3rd and 4, we're just gonna pick this one up. I can't sit here and say I love the way that we've come out playing, though if he's gonna bring over somebody like that, it'll be so easy to run the football. We had to play against Le'Veon Moss. It's about time that I get to use him. I think we're gonna have a touchdown here. Concepcion's a great receiver from NC State, transfers in to make a play. It might be Kevin Conception, though, like you're conceiving something. Kevin Conceiving? No, it's not that one. I don't know. I don't know how to say his name. You might notice that is a very common trend on this channel. At one point, I cared. I'd look up players' names. I'd listen to YouTube videos on how to say it. I would try to nail it as best as I could. Eventually, though, I just decided I don't care if people end up laughing at me for my pronunciation. Give me that pick. Give me that pick. Great start to the semifinals. Great start to the semifinals. Now we're going to see if he's sitting in cover 3 or cover 1. I had a feeling. Oh, no. Oh, no. I thought that was going to get there a lot faster. I really do not want to talk about that one. At least we're all over this halfback screen. I truly feel that just based off of the way that this one's gone so far, we should be fine. Who told this tight end he could run that fast? I want to be very clear. If Dante Moore did not throw that one off of his back foot, that would have been a touchdown. Instead, no one's getting that. On 4th and 5, I really hope that he isn't able to pick this up. We're swatting. We're swatting. Don't intercept that. That's the whole purpose of swatting the football, so we don't intercept it. I would have loved the prime field positioning. I guess we're just going to have to start from midfield. I mean, it looks like he's not learned his lesson about press coverage. He's going to try and get back to it right there. Seriously? Well, I guess a 5-yard throw is just too difficult for Marcel Reed to make now. At least he was able to complete this one. I think this guy's defense is pretty respectable. He keeps on teasing us, testing us to the outside. I was so going to run the ball. I audibled to a pass, and then he fixed his press coverage, so we're going to have to go back to running it here. I should definitely be using some more RPOs than I have been so far. I just feel like we came out strong with them, and he locked it down. We'll see what type of coverage he gives us on 3rd and 4. I'm expecting to just take this quick out route, though if it's not there, we're going to go over to Kevin Concepcion, and he is going to fight to the 2. I was trying my best to run out all the time in this first half, but unfortunately, it looks like he is going to get another chance to score. However, he's not using his timeout, so he's let us run it down to about 30 seconds left, where we're going direct snap, we're going up the middle, and we're in the end zone with Marcel Reed. Don't get me wrong, if this guy's got some good dots in his arsenal, then he should be able to score on us before the end of this first half. But we have a chance at a pick, and we don't get it. I saw some stuff open there that I didn't necessarily love. That could have been a disaster. For both of us, too. Like, if I was able to user that properly, then we would have been able to absolutely cook. Maybe even get a pick 6 out of it. Instead, we're trying to get pressure here. There it is. There it is. I would assume he's just trying to get into field goal range before the end of the first half. but I just don't see any of that happening. His offense has been shut out so far. The real question is going to be, though, can we shut him out in this third quarter as well? I mean, if he's going to come out in 5 wide, I know that he's probably got some serious stuff dialed up against us. Come on, come on. He'll probably just hand this one off right here, and I couldn't get in the hole in time, which is going to give up 20 yards. He is racing against the clock, though. We went with some interesting coverage here, and he's going to be able to toast us. That was a great play. All I had to do was not run man-to-man coverage, but I did, and we couldn't get to the outside. I will say, there has not been much success whenever it comes to running the ball in this video, though we should be able to split this cover 3. It's a tight pass. Not every quarterback's able to make that throw. I am glad that we're using a team that has a quarterback that can. Is Le'Veon Moss going to be able to get us like 15? I was not expecting that. I even trucked a kid, but we're stuck on the guy on the ground. He just kept on holding on to our leg there. Great play from him. Unfortunate for us, but it's good. See, it's been such a long time since I've mixed in an RPO. I don't think he's even going to be considering it on this play. Oh, we got him. We got him great. And we might be able to outrun that guy. It will be back on our defense to make sure that they don't come back against us. We are 3 minutes, 32 seconds away from the national championship. What I learned from that last drive was basically do not run any cover 2, don't run man-to-man, and thank you. We'll take it. He'll probably quit after that. You got to feel for him. It's a 3-possession game, whether we score a touchdown or not. It's his first college football playoff run on the game. He had a good season. He went 8-5. He just got unfortunate that he has to face a menu merchant like me. You know, if wear and tear didn't affect quarterbacks that much, I would have to use a lot of those quarterback runs a lot more because they are a ton of fun. Let's see here. I mean, I guess he could still try and come back, but if he's going to make worse reads than me, he can't. Listen, only one Maj. We're experiencing network issues. I can understand if you pulled the cord. Take this advice from me. I do the same thing as you. I stare down one receiver. I throw it no matter what. At some point, we just got to learn how to go through multiple progressions. That was a great game, though. I enjoyed playing you. It is on to the national championship. We have 3 randoms. We're not using Kent State in this one. I can promise you that. Texas would be pretty sweet. I haven't gotten to use them yet. Yeah, it's got to be Texas. We might not have gotten very many lucky randoms at the beginning of this video, but they have clutched up when we needed it, because if we had to play Ohio State with any team other than Texas or like an Oregon, Alabama, I feel like we would have been in trouble. Now we can head into this one knowing that the best man is going to win. We both have talented enough rosters. He is 8-6 as a recruit, so this is his first ever online season too. This is a very winnable game for us. Does this guy that's about to return the kick, though, have 2 F's in his last name? Would you still pronounce that as French, or would it be like for French? That might be a dumb question. I just haven't seen it before. And what are these RPOs in this playbook, dude? I'm going to be confused. Please do not throw an interception on this first play. That's all that I ask. We just want to get a quick gain of yards. This Texas playbook's actually crazy. Some of the route combos and stuff I'm seeing in here are going to be a ton of fun, but we got to throw that ball away. It looks like he's going to sit and cover 4 quarters, which is cool. He is welcome to do so. We're just going to run the ball for a first down. They didn't give us a first down for whatever reason, though. I don't know how they didn't give us a first down. Now we know that he is going to run commit for sure. I actually don't like this play call at all, but we should have the slant immediately, and we do. We do. He breaks the tackle. That was almost very lucky. I mean, I would prefer if he'd press here, because then we could go for a huge touchdown over the top. He rushed in with a user. This guy's pretty good. We are going to have to lock in if we're going to want to beat him. Here on second down, I'm just going to go over to our flat. I saw that we were wide open with our running back. It looks like he's sitting in cover 4 quarters. I don't know how to beat that coverage. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea. But we got to get this throw out. It's the mix of man-to-man and zone that will really end up confusing me. If we can just hit this halfback angle route, though, I mean, those linebackers aren't keeping up with Wishner. We'll start up 7-0. Like the other games, I don't really feel great whenever I'm on the offensive side of the ball. It's the defense where I trust myself a lot more. And where do we think this guy's about to go with this play? It's not going to be there with the drag at all. At all. I think he thought I was going to go off of it at some point. Our whole defense got messed up here, but it's a 50-50 ball. It's Jeremiah Smith. What am I supposed to do there? I just expect it's not going to work out for us. He threw that up? No shot. They're even hitting us with a flag. That's cool, though. I haven't seen anything that concerns me too much. I can't believe he threw that ball. Okay, so both of us have thrown for a touchdown so far in this game. I mean, we could not be luckier. But here we go. I got the look that I want. If this is cover 1, we should have Wingo over the top. And it is cover 1. Wingo's got like 96 speed. I'm expecting him to just run under this football. That's unfortunate, but now he's just going to have to play everybody super backed off. So we're going to be able to get out a very quick throw. I don't think he's going to give us a chance to test a deep ball again, though he did. He really thought that moving the man back on another player was going to help him out there. If he's going to sit in man-to-man or cover 4 quarters, which is mostly man-to-man, he is going to have to figure out how to stop Ryan Wingo. We have a championship on the line. This is serious football. Come on. I feel like what these quick reads let me know is this guy's actually kind of scared. I don't know if he's going to try and go to a check down here. No way he's trying to do this to us. No way. I'm not saying we got the best matchup in the world for that, because I can assure you, we don't. Though, why didn't he make a play on that ball? I mean, he threw that one straight at us. This time, we're going to send 2 and see if that makes a difference. I feel like it could confuse him. It kind of did. I mean, he doesn't have anything unless he threw that one on the run. The main point of it, though, was I wanted to be able to send a blitz on this next play because he's most likely going to throw it straight at us. I don't think sending a blitz 2 plays in a row is the smartest of ideas. He was able to click on and make a catch there. Jeremiah Smith is actually broken. We'll see what we can figure out on 2nd and 11. He has a touchdown if he wants it. I think what we're just going to have to do is run some man-to-man coverage and hope that he isn't able to split our zones or anything. All right, let's see. What do we got on 4th down? He's got an open running back. Nothing was open. Don't you love the live comp, man? He's got an open running back to the next second. Nothing was open. To be fair, he would have had an open running back, but he didn't the second he threw that ball. Now, this might be the worst play call of all time, but we are going to hit him with a halfback draw and not get a first down. I don't have any timeouts, so that's going to really hurt us, though we should be able to get out of bounds. All we have to do is end this first half with a field goal. He's got everybody backed off. I mean, this has to be an absolute laser. We might be able to go with it again as well. We got our tight end on a slant, which we didn't have the last time. I got to throw this one away, right? Or we'll throw it up. Why not? Throw it up. Throw it up. Give me that. Give me that. Touchdown. We are the greatest team. There's the rage quit. That's what you have to do to win a championship. I mean, I would rage quit after that play too, dude. That is insane. I just threw it up. I said, F it. He's down there somewhere. And yes, he was. We're just not going to get our national championship presentation. What a run, though. That is a perfect way to end this video. I can't believe we just caught that ball, but we had the positioning. Let's be honest. We had the positioning. I'll take a 13-2 season where we used a lot of small schools for sure. As we continue to move up in these divisions, if you all like these videos, I'll probably do some more online gameplay, but at the same time, now I got to scratch that itch for another rebuild because I want to get back to that. What a run, though. Drop a like for another one of these online videos, and I will see you all in the next one.